This just in. There are moments in business when we Google things we probably should not. Legal questions are one of them. If you have ever typed something into ChatGPT like, do I legally need a contract or can I fire someone for misconduct? You are in good company. Many business owners do it because it feels faster, cheaper, and much less painful than hiring a lawyer who charges the price of a small used car to say, it depends. AI feels like the smart shortcut. It gives confident answers in seconds. It sounds like a professional. It even formats opinions like real legal documents. But recent legal cases around the world show a problem. AI is confidently wrong. Not just a little wrong, not a small typo wrong. We're talking imaginary laws, invented court cases, and fake legal citations that look completely real. If trained attorneys are being fooled, the rest of us never stood a chance. Here's the thing. The law changes constantly. AI does not. This is the first and biggest problem. Laws change all the time. Governments release new regulations, amendments, and decisions every week. Some updates are daily. Most are hidden behind expensive legal databases. Lawyers pay to access them. AI tools do not. Even tools like Perplexity or ChatGPT with web access have the same issue. They pull from publicly available pages. They can't access paid legal updates or private databases. And they often rely on scraped summaries, not full documents. Even when they do access something useful, they're not reading the whole thing. AI responses are limited by token length. That means they're working with small slices of content, not the full picture. And they still can't tell the difference between a peer-reviewed journal and a Reddit rant. Unless someone posts an accurate legal update online and that update makes it into an indexable source, the AI won't know it happened. If the post uses unclear language or clickbait framing, the AI may misinterpret it completely. So at best, these tools give you outdated or partial legal information. At worst, they just make it up. Outdated information is not the biggest problem. When AI doesn't know the answer, it doesn't admit uncertainty. Instead, it predicts what a correct answer should look like and then generates something that sounds believable. This is called a hallucination. The polite definition is a confident answer that is factually untrue. The less polite definition is a professional sounding lie without context or intent. In legal context, hallucinations look like fake court cases, fake judges, fake legal rules, fake citations formatted perfectly. Studies show legal hallucination rates are far higher than some other topic categories. Some AI models answer legal questions incorrectly more than half the time. The worst part is the confidence. The tone alone makes the information feel trustworthy. Even legal AI gets it wrong. To make things sound even more ironic, many of those paid legal research platforms now include their own AI tools. These systems sit behind the paywall and have full access to updated regulations, court rulings, amendments, and case law. You would think that would solve the problem. It helps, but not fully. According to my legal librarian friend, even these specialized AIs sometimes invent things. And when they do not invent information, they sometimes draw the wrong conclusions from very real law. Several attorneys she works with say the same thing. The AI has the right data, but leaps to the wrong legal meaning. So if AI, with full access to updated legal databases, still gets confused, expecting a publicly trained chatbot to interpret the law correctly is like trusting a first-year law student to write a Supreme Court judgment because they once watched Suits. Court cases have already started issuing penalties. This is not a hypothetical risk. Courts in South Africa, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia have already sanctioned lawyers for submitting AI-generated legal citations that never existed. Some were fined, some were ordered to redo their legal training, and one even had to take a course on legal ethics, which is probably the legal equivalent of being sent to sit in the naughty corner. You would think those headlines would have stopped the behavior. They have not. My legal librarian friend still finds hallucinated cases in opposing counsel's filings today. Lawyers continue submitting AI-generated research because it feels faster than doing the actual work or asking their librarians to do it properly. So despite the warnings, courtroom embarrassments, and public legal commentary, many professionals are still rolling the dice and hoping the judges do not notice that the case law they cited exists only in the imagination of a chatbot. If even the legal industry cannot break the habit, relying on AI for legal accuracy as a small business owner is not confidence. It's wishful thinking. And here's what makes it worse. My friend said something once that stuck with me. People do not go to lawyers casually. They go when something is serious, when a contract is falling apart, when someone is being mistreated, when a business is at risk. They hand over a problem that feels overwhelming and trust someone trained, licensed, and experienced to protect them. For a lawyer to take that trust and quietly hand the work to an AI system that guesses, invents, or draws the wrong conclusions is hard to justify, especially in a profession that employs trained legal librarians specifically to ensure the research is accurate. When someone relies on you to protect their livelihood, using AI instead of doing the work is not innovation. It is negligence disguised as efficiency. And honestly, it's hard to forgive. Here is the risk for small business owners. Legal mistakes are expensive, very expensive. And the worst part is you usually only discover them when someone else points them out. By then, repairing the damage costs far more than doing it properly in the first place. And yes, some lawyers are cutting corners and relying on AI. That is its own problem. If you are paying real money, you deserve real expertise. Lawyers charge too much for you to settle for someone outsourcing accuracy to a chatbot. So, if the issue matters, hire someone reputable, someone who does their own research, someone who knows the current law because they actively stay updated, not because a robot sounded confident. Which brings us to the simplest question of all. Is saving the cost of one consultation worth gambling your business on the free legal advice an AI guessed? Now, before we throw AI into a volcano and decide it has no value, it is fair to say it does have a place. AI can be useful if you treat it like an assistant with enthusiasm but no accountability. So here's where AI can genuinely help you. Understanding terms in plain English, researching general context, summarizing long explanations, preparing questions before speaking to a lawyer. But here is where the line is drawn firmly in permanent marker. AI should never be the source of what you are legally allowed to do, whether a contract is enforceable, whether a policy is compliant, whether you can hire, fire, or discipline someone under the law. Think of AI as a friendly explainer, not an advisor. It can help you understand what to ask, but it should never be the one giving you the final answer. Clarity makes everything easier. Legal misunderstandings often happen because communication is unclear. The same is true in marketing. Confusion creates risk, clarity builds trust. If you want support getting your message simple and sharp so clients understand you instantly, then start here. Download my free 5-minute marketing fix and get one clear sentence that describes what your business does and why it matters. Because in business, clarity protects you far better than confident guessing ever will. You can download it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What legal questions have you asked AI? I'll go first. I often ask it to explain contracts to me in layman's terms. I highly recommend doing this. AI is fine print's worst nightmare. Okay, your turn. What have you asked? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.